What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Shilling Stunner podcast. Today we'll be hitting you with our studs and duds for week 2, as well as our possible week 3 streamers. A couple of names that might be able to help you overcome some injuries or some guys that you got to bench in your fantasy leagues. Top of my list, I got wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. I believe my man's got 8 catches in 8 straight games. He trails only Cooper Kupp in that stat or something like that, but he's balling out, and we do know that Jared Goff can support a top 5 wide receiver. He did it with Kupp a few years ago. Number 2, this one's questionable, but I put David Montgomery. Montgomery had 15 carries for 122 yards. His situation is just terrible, but he did average 8.13 yards per attempt, which is phenomenal, and he should start getting that touchdown regression here soon, hopefully. Also, Aaron Jones in the same game, 15 for 132. He averaged 8.8 yards per attempt. So him and Montgomery actually were both running the ball very well. Irv Smith finally showed up. That's my tight end stud of the week. Of course, he sat on my bench because he didn't show up last week. Minnesota came out and said that they were trying to ease him back in, so he's got to ride the bench till he shows up. He shows up, of course. But your boy did get his dubs this week, so don't worry about it. Lastly, quarterback Carson Wins. Carson Wentz, as it stands, is the number 4 quarterback this year.
Crazy.
After week 2.
Right.
And through 2 weeks, he has a over 65% completion percentage, which is actually kind of bananas. That's not really being talked about. What about you? What do you got on your list, bro?
Beast list, man. And just to stick right there with the quarterbacks, I would just hit you right and stay right there, man. I also have Carson Wentz on that list, man. I just think, man, as a guy like that, he's dropping back. He's throwing the ball a ton. I believe he went for 337, 3 touchdowns. He did have that 1 interception, but, man, that's a great play. If he can keep this up, man, it's good, man. Carson Wentz for sure. Another guy, just to stick with the quarterback position, Jalen Hurst, man.
Lit it up. That's your guy.
This guy is lighting it up, man. I know we all thought about that rushing upside, which we knew they would do. It's just how that offense rolls. But, man, just seeing him step back and throw the ball as well, man, that adds another layer onto it, man. So Jalen Hurts is definitely a stud for this week. Curtis Samuels, just to go along with Carson Wentz, man. They seem to have a good chemistry over there. So that's a guy. He also had seven catches, 78 yards, another touchdown. So he's getting that high target share. If that's the guy you want, man. He's definitely performing over there in the Commanders offense. And then just to touch on what you said, Amon-Ra St. Brown, balling. Like, he was able to get this guy, the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. I don't know how deep guys was getting him.
I think I caught him in the 5th in both leagues.
It's ranging, man. But this guy, he's the guy that'll set you up for success to win this year, man. So if you have him on your roster, definitely, man, the guy's a complete stud, man. And then lastly, Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is he's balling, you know what I mean? He seems to be that guy that's getting that relationship with Trevor Lawrence over there. He's balling out. He had 2 touchdowns this week. He's getting the targets, man. So definitely keep Christian Kirk on your radar.
Definitely. If we can switch over to duds, I'll run through my list real quick. Top dud, Kyle Pitts, man. 4 catches in 2 weeks. I know Arthur Smith came out after the game talking about pretty much he doesn't care about fantasy football. He's just trying to win games. But you're not winning games, bro. So that doesn't work. But also for Kyle Pitts, he needs to make himself undeniable. Make yourself a part of the game plan, because I just don't think he's where everybody thought he would be, and that's kind of disappointing. There must be something wrong there, because if you make yourself undeniable, you'll get the targets.
I feel like he's getting open. They got to do a better job of incorporating him in the game plan and also try to scheme him open as well. But
I agree.
Definitely a dud.
My quarterback dud of the week is Russ Wilson. He had a 45% completion percentage against Houston, and we cannot do that. Hunter Renfro's got 3 fumbles in 3 games. Kind of coughed up the game there at the end against the Cardinals. So I do have him on a dud. Leonard Fournette is my other dud of the week. The reason I took Leonard Fournette is 24 carries and 65 yards. I know that's a tough New Orleans defense, but he averaged 2.8 per touch, and that's not ideal. Didn't find the end zone. And then my last dud of the week, I put the Houston backfield. What is going on there?
I don't know, man.
Dameon Pierce, Damian Pierce, Brexpert. What is going on? Who should we have on our teams? Nobody. Yeah. Don't touch Houston's backfield.
Haven't led up to the hype at all. So
No.
But, Leonard Fournette, he did come out and made a promise to his fans. He was like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to ball out for y'all soon. So it may be a little light at the end of the tunnel right there. Any more duds on your list?
No, that was 5.
All right, cool, man. So I'm going to just roll straight into mine, man. To me, first off, man, Cochran, bro. I was definitely I was buying the hype, man, and just to see him post that 0 back-to-back weeks, man. It's like I can understand if you get a catch in there or you're incorporating the offense, but it's like this guy's not even running routes. It doesn't give you any hope that in the next coming weeks that anything can change. You know what I mean? Feels he's not getting a lot of pass attempts and different things like that. Whether it's the weather or not, what I can say is when he's throwing the ball, Cochran hasn't been a target. So definitely a dud. Next on my list will be Derrick Henry. It's a lot that can go into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, he had 13 carries, only 25 yards. The yards, because he did get the 1 touchdown. But if he didn't get that touchdown, it was looking very bad. How much of it is on him or how much it is on that Tennessee offensive line, either way, it's not looking good. So hopefully they can turn it around, but he's definitely not a dud, man. So Derrick Henry, Devonte Adams, I just think it was tough, man. Seeing that game he had last week, getting the 17 targets and things like that. And then this week to only see that stat line, 2 catches for 12 yards, like what is going on? You know what I mean? Y'all paid all that money for that guy, high expectations, definitely a major dud. And then my last 2, primetime Kirk Cousins strikes again. 3 interceptions, man. I don't know what's going on when the bright lights come on, man, but dud.
I thought he was over that.
Oh, man, look, he was. I think he had some Eagles on his fantasy team or something. I don't know what was going on, but big dud. And then lastly, I pick a guy that's on the same team, man. Dalvin Cook, man.
Oh yeah,
it was terrible. It's crazy, man. I've been saying things out there, like if you had Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, and those guys like that, maybe even Justin Jefferson along with that, and you played Stephon Diggs last night, you would have beat all along with Stephon Diggs. So that goes to show you.
Stephon snapped last night.
Yeah, he's a baller. That's like one of those studs. Like we know he's a stud. Like that's right. The dude right there. Probably wide receiver 1. So we'll see.
Definitely. To switch over to week 3 streamers, a quarterback you could try to look for if you find yourself in a pinch. I think Cooper Rush is a safe play. Primetime game against the Giants.
Yeah.
He came out there, I believe. No, he hasn't played against the Giants, but I think he's a safe play for 200 yards and a touchdown if you just need like 10, 15 points at the quarterback position. Running back, this is a deep dart. Sony Michel. I think he has established himself as the power back for the Chargers. Eckler hasn't really picked up steam yet, and if Herbert's going to be playing hurt, they might have to rely a little more on the run game. So I think that's a good dart to put out there. Noah Brown, if you do like the Cooper Rush idea, that's probably where that TD is going to be. Seems to be Cooper Rush's guy as well. They've had a lot of reps together. And then tight end, I got Hayden Hurst, but only if Drew Sample is out. I think he's a reasonable play. I know Drew left the field against Dallas this week.
It looked bad. No update on that yet, though.
Yeah, I tried to look for it, and it just says questionable. So if he is not a go, Hayden Hurst is a lock start at tight end this week, in my opinion. What about you?
Okay. And then me, first off, just to roll with the quarterback, man, I think a good streamer this week. A guy you can grab is Marcus Mariota, man. He had a tough slate last week, obviously going against the Rams defense. But I think this week he was able to rebound against Seattle. And, just the rushing upside alone, I think he might be a strong player, somebody you can just sneak in there and, get you some points, man, if you interested in that.
Oh, yeah.
For the running back position, I think Mark Ingram, man.
Okay.
I like Mark Ingram. I like him as a good cuff to Kamara. He even had, I think it was like 10 carries for 60 yards. But then he's gotten the carries, but a guy like that, they went against a tough Tampa Bay defensive front for one. And I think moving forward, just when they get into a red zone, he's a guy he knows how to punch it in. So definitely some upside with Mark Ingram. Wide receiver, I also like that Noah Brown play, definitely. He's getting all the targets. He also got a touchdown. I think, like you said, man, he got amazing chemistry with Cooper Rush. That's his guy. And he's a strong number 2. So if CD's going to get the attention, Noah Brown is a guy, he'll be there. And then lastly, Tyler Conklin. tight end for the Jets.
Okay.
Now he hasn't had the huge yardage yet, but one thing for a guy like that, he has got the targets. I think he's been 7+ targets in back-to-back weeks. So if you want a guy who's just getting opportunities, you're struggling at the tight end position a little bit, take a look at Tyler Conklin. He may can put some points up for you this week,
especially if you have Komet. But I was going to say too, scratch all the quarterback noise. If Jimmy G is still available in your league, go get that real quick. I forgot about that.
Bro, I might go grab Jimmy G myself.
I'm doing that. Stay off that move, bro. But this is the Shilling and Stunner podcast. You got any final words?
Hey, stay tuned, man. Appreciate y'all.